The starting and charging system of a vehicle is made up of several different components, all of which are very important. If one or more of these components failed at the same time, vehicle operation would suffer, potentially leaving a motorist stranded in the worst-case scenario. The automotive alternator is one of the most misunderstood of all starting and charging components. When working properly, an alternator provides enough power to power all vehicle accessories. It is also reasonable to assume that a faulty alternator would fail to provide enough power to complete this task efficiently. However, many drivers are unaware that an alternator can fail in other ways. A faulty alternator will frequently overcharge rather than undercharge, resulting in a completely different set of problems. In this short video, we will talk about alternator overcharging. It's Max the Car Guy. Subscribe and let's get started. Symptoms of an overcharging alternator. Battery abnormalities. An overcharging alternator is most likely to blame if your vehicle's battery case suddenly begins to bulge, or if an under-hood inspection reveals that your battery has become extremely hot to the touch. Alternatively, you may notice that the electrolyte in your battery has begun to boil over, or that a sulfur-like odor has begun to emanate from your vehicle's battery. Dash readings. An irregularly high reading on your vehicle's instrument cluster voltage gauge is one of the most obvious signs of alternator overcharging. Any reading above 15 volts warrants further investigation, while significantly higher readings are cause for concern. When voltage readings exceed a certain threshold, some vehicles will even display a warning message. Shortened bulb life. In some cases, alternator overcurrent can be identified by the need to replace a vehicle's headlight, fog light, or marker light bulbs on a regular basis. This is especially true if the bulbs on a vehicle appear to be blowing more frequently. This symptom is caused by the additional strain placed on a specific bulb as a result of the introduction of excess voltage. Causes. An overcharging alternator can almost always be traced back to a faulty voltage regulator. A voltage regulator, as the name implies, regulates an alternator's total output in terms of voltage, preventing the production of excess output voltage. Every alternator works in conjunction with a manufacturer-specific voltage regulator, the majority of which are built into the alternator itself. This regulator, in most cases, prevents an alternator from delivering charge rates greater than 13.5 to 14.5 volts. However, failure of this critical component results in a loss of voltage control. While it is more common for an alternator to fail in a way that prevents voltage production, voltage regulator failure and the overcharging that frequently follows it do occur on a regular basis. A quality digital multimeter is typically used to diagnose such a condition. How to fix. Almost always, alternator overcharging can only be corrected by replacing the faulty alternator. Because an alternator's voltage regulator is consolidated to the alternator assembly, this eliminates all such concerns and completely isolates the source of the initial overcharging complaint. While it is possible to rebuild an overcharging alternator and replace the faulty voltage regulator, doing so is less feasible than simply replacing the alternator in its entirety. Except in exceptional circumstances, the practice of having alternators rebuilt has largely fallen out of favor. Hope the information was useful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.